Hey guys, how is it going? Today we're back with another cruise ship tycoon video, where today we'll be going over a ship in this game that probably, well, maybe a lot of people have seen it, but actually don't know how if people actually get that ship. So today we'll be talking about the Cormorant class that's in this game. It doesn't look like anyone have it right now, and that's probably because most people here are beta players, which makes sense because I did also tell you guys earlier in one of my earlier videos that the reason that some people have green text and some people even have that Cormorant ship, and that's because that back when the game first come out, it was out in the alpha version of the game compared to now where it's out in the beta version. So back in the alpha version you actually bought the game for 250 Robux. So it was quite a lot more expensive back then, but now it's out and only for 25 Robux, so a bit more, available to the public. And, I've also seen a lot of other YouTubers start playing this, but with that, when you bought the alpha version, you actually got both green text, but not only that, but you actually also got another ship, like completely ship for just alpha players, which is about only 2,000 people compared to how many actually play the game right now. So if you're going to buy a new ship, because, well, yeah, the Osprey is just way too giant for to decorate. You can see right down here we have the Cormorant class, which is a pretty unique ship compared to the shape and stuff. So you can see it's bigger than the Heron here, or Heron, I don't know how to completely say that, but it's smaller than the Raven, so it's not like it's the best ship, because that wouldn't kind of be fair that the people just got the best ship from themselves, but it's a nice addition, because you can see there's like only 700 places to place here. So you can see it's basically the same amount of tiling that's here. This has a bit more as the down here. It has a bit more than bit less than the Raven, it's called, but it still weighs a little less, but it's still bigger than the Heron here, and it's free because why would we? It's a price for buying the alpha one. So if you buy it right here, you can see we're gonna sell our current ship for 2 million, so we can see our actual amount of money we have right down here. So I will just quickly actually get into edit mode so we can actually see the ship. You can see here that we have the SS ship name here. Let's just quickly go in and get that to the next level of cruise ship, because that's the name I want to give all my ships. That is cruise ship, just like that. Okay, I don't know why I just did that like that. Cruise ship, just like that. So we get down here, you can see that it's actually a ship that has two fronts, or two parts that touch the water. You can see it actually goes in. It doesn't really have a middle as it goes down. It's more that kind of shape where it actually goes down in two pieces. So pretty unique ship. So it's also a pretty weird ship, because as you can see when we try and press down, it doesn't have the lower deck, because there's nothing to go down into, so all the engines actually have to be on the same plane as the first deck here, where we only have this deck, this one, and then the top deck. So there is only 4, no including the bottom one here. So there's maybe not as much place as if there now was a bottom one as there is on the normal ship. But you can see here that Cormorant is a pretty cool ship after all, and it's again only for alpha players. So you have to have bought the alpha version of the game to actually get the ship. You can't get it any other way. You have to have played the alpha version. So I'm pretty glad I bought this alpha version of the game, because then I also have a green text up here that you see if you just press a little dot here, you can see that the text we say is, if it's gonna say anything, yeah, I can see the text is actually green, if you can tell it by the dot I set up there. But yeah, it's maybe not that hard to tell. So if you just quickly paint a ship, I just do a little easy where I do maybe something like could I do something like that maybe, and then a orange here, and then we go outside and do the opposite where we take orange here and then the blue right there. So I at least think that's a pretty cool color combination. I like it a lot, so I'm definitely keeping it like that. But of course you can do whatever you want to. So what I like to do with this ship, for people that maybe have it that's gonna watch this video, I like to take the motors, because of course the ship is 9 long. Okay, the server load is pretty high, so that's why it's lagging a bit, but we just take our generators. I like to just place a few generators over here, like in this manner, where we just place some like this. Let's see if it's gonna load, maybe just like that. Yeah, 2 more motors there, and then maybe 1 more. And just because it's 9 long, then we can actually both have that, and we can also have some fuel tanks like this over here. So Also very nice if we actually have space for that. So we can also take just remove these now because they're kind of getting in the way of our another design here. So wait, why did I just lose some fuel? That's kind of annoying. But we can also see that if you now have the money for it and stuff. Oh gosh, it's lagging a bit. Is the server load? Yeah, the server load is pretty high. I don't know why that is, but you can see that if we actually go out and just refuel, we can see that we have about 5,000 kilograms of fuel right now, which you can already see that that's already a pretty big circle. And so any guys curious about what this circle actually is, it's the amount of fuel that if you went with full speed ahead, and you know just went in a straight line, that's the amount of area you know you would be able to cover. So if I just turn over here and just wait as fast as I could in a straight line out here, that's the amount of I will be able to go to. And you can see now we actually bought some stuff, so you can see 10 is already a lot because we already gonna be able to make it out here. So you can see that we don't even need that much space. So we can actually just go back down here and just remove a few. You can see that it is maybe, you know, costly a bit because you do lose some. And I normally don't use batteries, but because it's just easier to, you know, save up space. So I think I'm actually just gonna start placing in some stater rooms down here. So we can have stater rooms. You're gonna take the 3x4 balcony. That's my favorite one. So this is actually perfect because when you place this right down here, you can see this actually fits in just here. And you can see that there also is a room here where you can see that actually goes out. So we can just do something just like that. Decorate our ship a bit, and yeah, so that's basically just what I would do for the bottom layer on this, because then, you know, you have some nice data rooms, but they also have food, and the toilets of course they have in there here, but I guess you could also place some toilet, but you know, you can, that's up to you how you want to do that. But then we also have that and this to decorate on. So yeah, that's actually the Cormorant. If some of you guys probably don't know what the ship actually is, because you know it's the alpha reward ship. So many of you guys that actually play this game, or you know don't even play this game, maybe they've never heard of it and stuff. So I thought it would just be a little cool to do a little review of this ship, because it's also pretty different, because you know compared to the size, you know, it's not that long, but compared it's actually wider than the the Raven, because it's 9 wide, so it's actually as wide as the Pelican is. As you can see, if you go into ships, you can see it's 9 tiles wide compared to this, and this is only 7, and the Pelican, which is actually 9. And then of course that's the Osprey, that's 10, but that ship is also a giant, so that's also pretty nice. But that will be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like, and if you really enjoyed it, be sure to subscribe. But until next time, I'll see you then.